is all set to throw a grand G20 victory bash at its headquarters this evening. BJP office will see a flurry of activities, and workers have already planned a grand welcome for Prime Minister Modi. Other than meeting BJP workers, Prime Minister Modi will host 450 Delhi police personnel over dinner. These were personnel who were deployed for G20 duty. BJP cadre will celebrate G20 success in a big way to highlight the wins that India scored in the two-day summit and the fact that it managed to achieve a global consensus on the New Delhi Declaration. This is something which is being seen as a major diplomatic victory. Not just this, the Tiranga will also be hoisted at the new Parliament building on Prime Minister Modi's birthday on September 17. BJP workers say that the summit could only be successful because of Prime Minister Modi's decision. The ensured inclusion of the African Union by the world. My colleague Akshita on this. Akshita, a grand celebration. Prime Minister Modi as he arrives at the party headquarters, the culmination of the G20 Summit.
That's right. I'm joining you live from the BJP headquarters at preparations behind me, because in just about 2 hours, Prime Minister will be here. So let me just quickly show you around what's happening. There are posters being put up. As you pointed out, this is an event where they're going to be congratulating the Prime Minister for the success of the G20 Summit. So those are the messages essentially that are put up, where they're saying Shri Narendra Modi ko koti koti badai. He's going to be walking along this entire stretch, because remember, there's also a CEC meet that's going to be happening inside with all the big BJP bigwigs, Polami. So in the meanwhile, what you're going to see is along this entire stretch. And let me just show you around what's happening. This entire stretch, you're going to have BJP supporters gathering in large numbers, all of them gathering to ensure a show of strength of sorts. It's election season, so obviously when the G20 summit has been such a roaring success, there is going to be a focus on that as well politically. The BJP is pulling all, its strings to ensure that this is a massive, massive success. You can see more hoardings that are being put up right now, all of which are highlights of the G20 summit, of the Prime Minister meeting, the who's who, all the world dignitaries who came together over the weekend for the G20 summit. You were there, Polami, at the Bharat Mandapam. So you've, of course, seen firsthand how reactions came in from across the world, hailing Prime Minister Modi, congratulating India on a successful presidency of the G20. And that's essentially what's going to be reiterated on this platform, with a bit of political color, essentially, as the BJP is going all out with this celebration. They're calling it a Jashan of the G20 success. The Prime Minister, will he speak or not? A bit of a question mark on that. But for the moment, usually at the BJP headquarters, you'll see a massive stage being put up on that platform. At this point, they've cordoned off that entire stretch. They're also putting up barricades on the right side there next to the gate. So it's expected that the Prime Minister will walk by, take his time, greet all the supporters who gather here, and then make his way inside, meet with all of the BJP bigwigs, and then you could see an address where he highlights all of the accomplishments we've done as a nation through the G20 summit, and of course be thanking everyone who was involved in this tremendous effort.
Right. Akshita is, of course, live from the BJP headquarters, where preparations are underway for that grand welcome that the BJP is planning for Prime Minister Modi as he arrives this evening at the party headquarters. My colleague Aishwarya Paliwal is also live with us from the very same venue. Aishwarya, the BJP, the Prime Minister specifically, is going all out himself as well to thank everyone for their contribution towards making this summit a success. He did that victory lap of sorts at the International Media Center at the culmination of the G20 summit. We believe he's also hosting Delhi police personnel on G20 duty. He's going to host them over dinner as well. So the Prime Minister is also acknowledging everyone's contribution towards making this summit a success.
Well, definitely, Polami, we are seeing how it's not just the Bharatiya Janata Party, it's not just the top leaders, but Prime Minister himself now making sure that he thanks all those people who actually were standing tall, and they made sure that G20 was a success. What we see here today at the Bharatiya Janata Party headquarters, big posters being put up. The images of Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of UK, the images of the President of US and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. All those people, when they were at Rajghat, all these posters have been put up. The dial can be seen on the other poster there. So all these things are being done to showcase, to the Karyakartas and through the Karyakartas to the common man, telling them exactly what the G20, what the success of the G20 actually means for the common man. So this is an exercise which we will see the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Karyakartas undertaking in just a couple of hours. And this, as you rightly pointed out, the victory lap that Prime Minister did, he in fact, thanked all the media personnel, be it the Indian media personnel or the international media people, thanking them and telling them that it is because of you that the G20 became such a big success. So definitely one of the things that the BJP wanted to do was to make sure that this becomes a Har Ghar G20. And what we are seeing now, the posters, a huge poster there, Polumi, showing you this poster with the top leaders of the world, Prime Minister Narendra Modi there, Rishi Sunak, we can see all the other top leaders also. So obviously making sure that the common man knows, the common people know what exactly G20 was and how it will impact their life in years to come, all those things. Now the Bharatiya Janata Party is wanting to make sure that this becomes a Har Ghar G20.
Right. So after the Union Cabinet, of course, passed a resolution earlier this morning congratulating Prime Minister Modi for a successful G20 summit, it is the BJP cadres who will be felicitating the Prime Minister as he is to shortly arrive at the party headquarters. Akshita and Aishwarya, thank you so much for bringing us that live report from the party headquarters as it prepares to welcome Prime Minister Modi.